So what we've got to do is remove the gate and get to the post at the other side. That post is very loose, and we're going to be using some mechanicking tools. Got a trolley jack there to support the gate. Now at this side we've already got a wheel that I put on a while ago to help support it, but it is a bit of a struggle opening and shutting the gate. So this is what we're going to do now, is we're going to start removing the bolts in the post and get the gate off. So this is a 17mm. Might need an extension bar on this or some spanners, I think. Get to the top one. So all I'm doing is loosening these for now, taking the two off at this side. So as you can see, I've supported it with a jack. Now the top hinge is always upside down and the bottom hinge is always upside down, generally speaking, on gates. This is so the gate can't be lifted off and removed. So what we need to do is take the top one off first, and then we should be able to get the gate off. So you can see at the bottom it's very rotten and very loose. What I did last year is I attached it to the wall and it eventually pulled the wall over. This wall was rebuilt a while ago by the previous owner. I don't think they did a very good job. It's not very sturdy, but yeah, you can tell by that it's very loose. I think this post is just going to lift out. We're going to try and do that now, and then if not, we're going to have to dig away at the bottom. And that did not take much effort at all. So now we've got the bit in the bottom that's completely rotted. Popular to contrary belief, they do start rotting from the top because that's where the moisture is. It goes down into the wood, soaks in, and it starts rotting it from the inside sometimes. So you have to get all this crap out of here now. So this is day 2 of trying to get this gate post out of the ground, which we have done in one sense, but there's been a lot of rot to remove, which some of it's come out pretty easy, but I did run into a snag yesterday and there's about maybe 4 to 6 inches of wood stuck in the ground, which isn't quite as rotten. So the weather put stop to a lot of the work yesterday. We had a thunderstorm, so I've come out today again, taking the day off work. This is my house obviously, to try and get this gate post back in, because we need to get it back in and back on. But let me just talk you through yesterday. So this is the old post, as you can see here. This is where it was at ground level roughly, and obviously the moisture has gone down into the post, rotted it, weakened it and pulled it over, which is what it's doing. And it's not the best post in the world either. I did try to bolt it to the wall, and it ultimately pulled the wall over. So there you go. That is what happens with posts, unfortunately, especially wood ones. So I'm going to try a couple of different things to get the remainder out today. I just chucked, this is a brick that was on the wall here. I'm going to have to rebuild the wall. As you can see down there, there's loads of remains of wood. Fortunately it's kept dry. We did have quite a big downpour. So what I'm going to try and do is try and get rid of that now, and hopefully get the new post in today, which is likely to happen. So what I'm going to do is going to try a few different things. I did drill a long drill bit down to see how much of the wood was left, and again it's about 4 to 6 inches of wood. Not entirely sure. It did suddenly go into earth underneath, and I kept chipping away at it, and it is coming out slowly, but this section of the wood is quite solid, so it's been a bit more difficult. Now there are things for pulling posts out that you can buy, but basically it's if the post is here at the top, then you'd make it easier using leverage to pull out a post. Unfortunately that's not going to happen with this, I don't think. There's nothing to attach to. I don't think the wood is strong enough for it to attach anything to. So I'm going to try a few different things now and see if I can get the rest of this wood out. So one of the things I want to try and do now is one of these core bits. Now this one's, I'm going to have to put this in the vise to get it off. I'm going to try that one first to see if it works, and then I might use the bigger one. So I reckon we should be able to get this down into the wood and at least pull sections of the wood out. So this is the McAllister drill that I bought, 50 quid from B&Q. And this is exactly what I bought it for. Cheap drill. You're not afraid to get it mucky. So this is SDS. So what I'm going to go is go down in one of the corners first. So as you can see, it's pulled out quite a bit of, there's now you've got to get all this crap out of your drill. Now when Whether there's any wood in there or not, I don't know. Pulling some of the fibres out. So after spending an hour trying to get that in, down I've tried a different approach, speed bit again, see if the drill will fit down here. Can't get the drill in, hang on, it's there. And trying to loosen the wood up. So the battery drill didn't quite fit, so what I do have in my arsenal is one of these. Basically it converts your SDS drill bit into a chuck, so that just fits in your SDS drill. Make sure it's on drill only, and hopefully we can drill some holes in this. This could be interesting now, because I think it's dislodged half of the post that's still in the ground. do. Pointy ending. There we go, that's out. So there we go, boys and girls. The rest of it should just come out quite easily now. So this is another tool in my arsenal. It's the corkscrew. You're going to see this in motion now. This is going to get rid of all the muck that's left in the bottom. Got most of the post out now. It's just all the shreddings to come out on the earth. Where we are going to prep the bottom end of the post, I'm going to use some bitumen on it. Now this is a fast drying bitumen paint that I use. Don't necessarily have to do this. This is a tanilised post, and what that means is it is pressure treated, which means they place the whole lot of the timber basically on a pallet load of timbers, and they put it in a pressurised chamber. They suck all the air out and it removes all the moisture from the wood, and then they re-inject preservative. So all the preservative goes in the fibres of the wood and penetrates it all, so that the wood is preserved and the post will last a lot longer. But because it's in the ground, it's on the roadside, we're going to put some primer on it, bitumen primer, which is fast setting, which will help protect the bottom end of the post. Like I said, they always rot above the ground first, and it penetrates down into the wood. And as you've seen, I've spent about 4 hours trying to get this much wood out of the ground, which is annoying, but there you go. So I'm going to measure from the top 1.4 meters, and we're going to paint the rest of it. So while we're waiting for that to dry, we'll tidy up the mess over here. Always find something else to do while you're waiting for something to dry. So we're about ready to put the post back in the ground and concrete it in. I'm going to be using this, which is a post leveler. Attaches it to the post and you can get a level of it without using an actual level. Very good invention is this. About £5 maybe to buy, but they're well worth the money, especially if you do a lot of fencing like me. So we're going to put this in onto the post and get the post back in the ground. Now I have given it 2 coats of bitumen paint. I did the second coat off camera, let it dry. This bitumen primer is slightly thinner than pitch, but it does soak in and it can be put on damp surfaces. It is an oil based paint and it does make it waterproof, and it is like a bitumen pitch, but it's a lot thinner, so it soaks into the wood better anyway. So that's what we've done there, and then obviously let it dry before we put any concrete around it. So we're going to get the post now, attach this and make sure we get it in the ground and make sure it's more or less level before we put the concrete in. So there you can see the post leveler. It's almost level that way, just slightly that way, and it's almost perfect. What we're going to do now is get some corkscrew in it and start leveling it up. Now some of you will have noticed I've put it in dry. Now I'm doing this to make sure it's round the bottom of the post, and so that when I add the water now it should sink underneath the post. Anything that needs to run down will run down with the concrete, so that's why we're doing that. Once you've got enough concrete in, you can just make some slight adjustments to make sure it's level, and because you've got this attached to your post you can just make the slight adjustments and make sure it's level both ways, and that's absolutely perfect. What we're going to do now is add more water and more concrete and it should be done then. We're going to let it set. So once you've got it in and levelled and your concrete in, this will clean up by the way, just making sure that the water doesn't start touching the sides of the post. Don't want it to start getting wetter and wetter and wetter. But once you've got it in, it takes 5 to 10 minutes for it to set a little bit. The post will be solid, but I would leave it maybe 2 or 3 hours before you start doing anything with it. and then you can reattach your gate, or at least leave it overnight if you can. I am going to reattach the gate to this, but I'm not going to attach it so that it's swinging. I'm going to attach it so that I can get the hinges back on it and support the gate, so the weight of the gate's not on the post. That way I can just come back and close it when it's ready and set. But yeah, the post is quite solid already, and all it's need to do is to let it go off a little bit now. So we're ready to put the gate back on, and I've levelled it up best I can just by using my eye against the post. I've propped it up there with some wood, and I've used the jack at the other end to level it up against the post. Now this post is slightly smaller than the original one, so the gate is actually going further back, but the intention is to remove this edge at some point and put a fence up anyway, so this gate will go all the way back. I can always cut a bit more off the edge if I need to, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to put the hinges on and mark them up and see if we can get them in where I need to be. So we'll try that now. So as you can see there, it's all in. I've removed the jack. The post is quite solid. It's been in a couple of hours. It's not pulling the gate over, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that it's resting on its catch there. I've got to adjust that catch now, because obviously as it's been dropping down and down and down over the years, I've been adjusting the catch. Now these catches are quite easy to adjust. Just show you here, just one simple nut there, and I think, is it 22? No, 21. 21, and you just adjust it, move it round. So your gate should do that. It should just click into place like that, and hopefully this won't drop. It might drop a little bit. We now no longer need the wheel at the bottom, so I'm going to remove that. And there you go. That's how you replace a fence post or a gate post if you're replacing for a gate post. As you can see, it's now been done. The gate's hanging perfectly. I've just got a few more bits and pieces to do, and then we're done here. This is my house, obviously, but yeah, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you got something out of it. Don't forget to like and follow and subscribe to the channel, please. It is helping everybody who's doing that at the moment. It does help the channel grow, enables me to do other things and other projects on the channel that people might be interested in. So that being said, thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking the videos. Don't forget to share them to other people, and I'll catch you in another video soon. Thanks for watching.